What's up, guys? It's me, the Side Pink Girl, and today we react to the LABUBU trend is officially dead, which is not really dead right away. And I'm just making this video just to check out if my phone doesn't come off while recording this. So let's go ahead and react to this.
This right here is a LABUBU, a Chinese doll that went mega viral this year. And this right here is a tulip, a colorful flower that blooms in the spring. At first, those two objects don't seem related. One's a monster doll, often dressed in Gucci, the other was planted 9 million times for the filming of Wicked. But when we look a level deeper, these two objects are symbols of obsession, of the economic mania that happens when we pluck some object from the culture and we make it a moment that everyone wants to be a part of. A lot of you have probably heard of tulip mania before. It was a period in the 1630s Dutch Republic where tulips had become so popular and in demand that people willingly forked over as much as the modern equivalent of hundreds of thousands of dollars
about
for rare
that before.
tulip bulbs. And guess what happened just this summer in our precious year of 2025? We saw a rare human-sized LABUBU sold for more than $150,000. The parallels are right in front of us. They are both objects that shouldn't be worth much and yet somehow are because of microtrends fueled by mob mentality and perceived value.
I have a LABUBU in my room.
Skyrocketed.
Like, I'm not joking.
Tulip mania lasted only a year, and it looks like
it's
the LABUBU
a
doll
pink,
craze
blue,
might not
purple
even
one.
make it that long. Because my friends, it is happening. The downfall of LABUBUs is finally here. If you followed my channel for a while now, you know that this is not.
Wait. Ain't no way you have a Dolores back there.
Talked about LABUBUs. After my downfall of Stanley Cup's video, a bunch of you commented that I needed to cut videos soon after.
Okay, nobody cares.
Things like LABUBU tattoo artists. It's like I think the craziness around LABUBU accessories and services are a sign that LABUBUs are hitting.
I hate the LABUBUs with tattoos. They look weird.
Downfall. My theory being that every micro trend follows the same trend cycle, and the very end of the peak happens whenever people are running out of ways to milk the trend. For a while, LABUBUs were novel and interesting. They were these weird creatures you stuck on your backpack with a funny name. Then everyone knows about it. It becomes
a lot of LABUBUs has funny names such as Dada or Mimi or Susu,
and then you
whatever the names they be having
to keep it novel, like tattooing a LABUBU or selling a human-sized one for 6 figures. Eventually, you run out of new angles to approach this trend. People get bored, and eventually they move on. On the topic of moving on, though, something that we should not move on from is maintaining our digital privacy, which is exactly what today's sponsor.
Okay, I hate this, man.
More personal information.
Crap with the sponsors.
I would say we are about halfway through the decline stage now for LABUBUs. In a few months, I predict we will be firmly in the obsolescent stage. Sure, there are going to be some people who still have them or are still buying them, or are self-proclaimed collectors who promise that one day they'll be worth something, just like the people in the early 2000s thought Beanie Babies would be worth something. But for the most part,
they don't
I think
look
the zeitgeist
good.
will have moved on. And this isn't just some wishful thinking. I dug into the data and found an evidence-backed case that supports.
Bro, when I first heard about Beanie Babies since I was a little kid, I thought they were haunted. I thought they would move because they look haunted themselves. Like,
are falling. For one, just look at Google Trend data, which shows us how often people are Googling something. Searches for LABUBUs were on the rise until midsummer of this year, and ever since then, searches have been going down. From that, we can infer that people just are not.
That happened to Ice Sprite. She was the second most viewed person on Google.
In a world of micro trends that is heavily reinforced by word of mouth, that is a very bad sign. But that's not the only stat I found. There were several others that show that this trend is collapsing in on itself, such as Pop Mart, the creator of LABUBUs, admitting that resale numbers are declining.
Also, Pop Mart is not the creator of LABUBUs. Cussing Lung is the original creator of LABUBUs, not Pop Mart.
According to analysts, could be a sign that scalpers are nervous that people won't be buying as many LABUBUs in the future, thus they want to get rid of their inventory. On top of that, Pop Mart's stock price is falling. Look at this year-to-date graph of their stock and how since the end of August, things have been going down. There's actually some similarities in the Google trend graph and the stock graph, which I thought was very interesting. And you might be thinking, well, their stock might just be going down because the whole market's going down. And to that I say, I do appreciate that you're looking into those questions because correlation does not always equal causation. But there's more to the story. Take a look at this index fund, VTIAX. VTIAX is a low-cost index fund that basically combines all these top international stocks, and it's a really good reflection of how the overall stock market is doing internationally. You can see that VTIX has been on the up and up almost all year. Its growth doesn't mirror the peak and valley situation that PopMart stock is seeing.
Well, it's mostly still the big, like, number right there, 33. Still a big number, not gonna lie.
From this, it's fair to say that PopMart is experiencing unique challenges, aka the LABUBU is going out. Yes, indeed, you did just reach the video with the lamest joke. Congratulations for getting this far. I'm proud that we are in this together. Bad jokes and data aside, we also have anecdotal evidence of LABUBU's falling out of fashion. We're starting to see LABUBUs show up in thrift stores and dumpsters. And why? This meme does a good job of capturing it. People throwing away their $200 LABUBUs the second a new TikTok consumable emerges.
Don't throw away a rare one.
Funny enough, that meme was posted at the end of July, and it's been almost 2 months, a little over 2 months, and we're having this conversation now. The question is, what is going to be this next consumerist trend that everyone's obsessed with? We've had Stanley Cups, we've had LABUBUs, so what's next? If you have any guesses, by the way, leave them in the comments. In a way,
I hope Sonic would be the next one, because, like, I've been a Sonic fan since 2024, but not really anymore, because I got over him and realized that Sonic is meant for little kids. Yeah, Sonic is not for my age. I'm 17 years old. I shouldn't be liking Sonic. But I hope Sonic is going to be the next one.
It's sad
That's
to see
my guess.
LABUBUs have their downfall moment. Not so much because I care about LABUBUs in particular, but because it shows us yet again how ephemeral our obsessions are. Our consumption habits are frankly
Why is LABUBUs just has arms out wide, bro?
Trend or being a collector or because, oh, it's so cheap, why not? It's gross, and we need to have more shame in what we are doing to our wallets and our planet. That was my whole spiel in the viral video about how consumerism destroys our planet and wallets, and 4 years later we are still in the thick of overconsumption. I feel like we're at least starting to have more conversations, and that is a start, but that is not enough. We cycle through so many micro trends every single year, from getting the newest iPhone even when your current one from last year is completely
that doesn't look like an iPhone 17.
into one of the 52 fast
that looks like a scam
that happen per year. That means on average we are seeing one fashion micro trend every single week. That is ridiculous. Nobody needs that many styles in their closet. Or whether it's the micro trends of weird accessories that go viral online that suddenly everyone needs to have, because if we don't, we feel like we're missing out, like we're not part of the in crowd. The thing about micro trends is that they eventually die off, leaving us with junk in our closets that could have been real money, that could have helped you pay for that unexpected emergency that pops up, or help you retire years earlier than normal. And micro trends do not just die off, they die off fast. If you want to release yourself from the mob mentality that gets us buying things like LABUBUs constantly, remind yourself that every single microtrend is simply an opportunity to strip you of all of your uniqueness and all of your financial security. Or better yet, remember that the only true trend is that every single trend will eventually die. I know, very much.
Yeah, and it always died for like 1 year.
Feel good in the moment.
I really feel bad for LABUBUs.
System of hyperconsumption. There's a metric
they
known as
deserve like more years than that.
Helps us measure consumption over time. The idea is that every year we have an overshoot day, and that's the date on which humanity's consumption of resources exceeded the planet's ability to regenerate those resources within the year. In 1974, overshoot day fell on December 27th, meaning we were nearly consuming at the same exact rate as regeneration. But as of last year in 2024, overshoot day fell on August 1st. That means we would need 1.7 Earths to provide enough resources to match our modern consumption. I'm not saying that
as a big DIY guy,
I quit. There's an ad popped up. Yo, that's the end of the video. Bye.